do, and if they don't, then they don't. Hangout is live on air. I always get excited when I see that, and then I get really nervous because I'm like, oh crap, I'm going to sound like a complete idiot like I always do. Welcome to Retro Roleplaying. I am Nicholas Skinner, co-founder of Skinner Games, and you are here to watch us fail at playing the games that we play on a regular basis. Oh. Okay. Sorry, the YouTube video started playing because I apparently forgot to mute it because I have it playing in the background so I can look at the live chat, because if anybody wants to connect and talk with us live, it is there. And it started distracting me because it does that. Anyway, we are here to play White Star today. Boom, this is what, our third or fourth session of playing White Star in a Star Wars campaign that we had started in the D6 Star Wars. We are playing a little story arc that we call the Memnos Incursion, and it's been a lot of fun so far. So we're not going to really go over the rules per se, other than to say that White Star is an OSR game that is printed by Barrel Rider Games, written by James and Spahn. This is a very excellent game. This is the Galaxy Edition, which is like, I don't know, probably 350% larger than the first edition of the game. It's got way more stuff in it. But we're also going to talk about some other things a little bit before we get there. So in this month, we are going to make a more formal announcement later, but we are going to be giving away a copy of the White Star Galaxy Edition rules. I've talked to Mr. Spahn, and we've come to an accord, and he hopefully will send me a signed copy of the book so that you guys can win it. We're talking about getting our YouTube channel up to, let's see, we wanted to hit a higher goal of viewers. I would like 1,000, but since we're at like 270, that seems kind of like an outrageous goal at the moment. So when we settle that down a little bit more, we will put out a contest and ask for some more people to subscribe. We do this show once a month, Retro Roleplaying, where we play through just whatever games we have on hand. After this session, we will be playing a game that's currently in playtest. It is another OSR game. It is called Eldritch Tales, which is a white box adaptation of the H.P. Lovecraft material. And we will be playing that until August, when the Pathfinder playtest comes out, and then we will be playing the Pathfinder 2nd Edition playtest, because that's not a mouthful, in the Temple of Elemental Evil. Dun, dun, dun. So I have a first edition copy of that coming in so that we can play and see how the rules work and run. And it should be entertaining because I've actually never gone through the Temple of Elemental Evil before. So I'm looking forward to that, and it'll be fun. We have another show, which is Game Reviews in 5 minutes or less, where we go through just a bunch of different stuff. These games, I review dice, miniatures is on the list of things to do, and just other things that are really, that I find really useful for games, and people have made suggestions on stuff as well, things that they would like to see reviewed in 5 minutes or less, so that you can make good consumer decisions. But that is enough about that. However, I do want to mention that we can't do this without the support of our viewers. And even though we don't have a Patreon, because I didn't want to have or force people to pay money every month, we do have a Ko-Fi that you can go and donate to. And that is usually linked in the descriptions below in these videos. So if you feel free and have it in your heart, because this stuff doesn't come cheap all the time, to donate, that would be much appreciated. And like I said, that Ko-Fi link is in the description below. So without further ado, we will continue our adventures. And so you're going to stop me from talking for a bit. So I would like either Nolan or Tim, whoever's currently around, to summarize our adventures thus far.
We fell into a hole, ran around some caves, got lost, and ran around some caves some more. I don't remember how it ended, though. It was pretty late. I think my mind was going out.
We found
Yeah, we'll start.
We found a room, started exploring the room, and let some stuff on fire.
Kind of from the beginning.
From the beginning?
Yeah, I fiddled around.
Start from the beginning.
Your memory's better than mine.
From the very beginning?
Yeah, it's from the very first adventure in our Star Wars Memnos Incursion.
Well, we got commissioned to deliver some cargo One of our party members accidentally picked up an extra passenger for us. We flew to the other planet where we got attacked, and we ended up landing, but I think I missed that session, so you'll have to tell me what happened after that.
We landed, we got into trouble, we...
Trying to find somebody.
Yeah, so we got into trouble. We ended up having to take another contract job to do a thing to help us do the main thing that we came to the planet for. And this involved retrieving some sort of item, if I remember correctly.
I thought we were looking for a person.
That too. Several things going on. Anyway, so...
I know we went out into the wild.
Yeah, we went out to the wild.
A gang, and they said they were going to pay us more to find the same person. So they wanted us to collect some bug heads to prove our worth first, right?
Yeah, side quest. So we ran into the swamp, we tangled with the bugs, and...
fell down a hole.
Well, we had a very hard time with the bugs, an even harder
You
time.
had a very hard time with the bugs.
Well, you had a hard time.
Yeah, I have a hard time all the time. For those who don't know, my character is really famous for just making reasonable sounding decisions that always somehow leads to his accidental death in some form or fashion.
You think they're completely reasonable decisions. Let's put a caveat on that.
I've made a habit out of making a series of very poor decisions for my character.
You do awfully regularly die in many of these games that we run.
And
okay, so
about my character, so that's how I've started playing my character, is just play a guy like normal, see what failing die roll I get for the session that kills him off.
Yeah.
It happens basically every adventure we play.
It pretty much does. If you don't die, it's kind of amazing. But yeah, so you were... you guys were hired to take a cargo of medicine to a planet. Let's go back. We named it Tanalor 7 is the planet that you guys are currently on. It is an arid planet. On your way to the planet, or once you hit planetfall and you guys were in the upper atmosphere, you were attacked by an unknown assailant, and your ship was damaged. You did manage to land it on the landing pad, but you damaged it further on your way in because you hit some stuff. It also took out some of the cargo, so you were able to deliver some of the medicine, but you ended up owing the person that ordered it because some of their stuff was damaged, and your ship was also irreparable by your means. So you guys needed to earn some money. In this process, you decided to go pick up a bounty. I totally forgot the name of the species again. Why does that keep happening to me? Rhodian, there you go, whose name was Troidak. He was a gun runner, and you guys went to a particular town to go and find him. The town Port of Solace, I believe is what we name that one. No, Fornall. There we go. You went to Fornall. You went into the pub, the Rusty Spanner, where a Thorian that spoke English or basic out of one mouth and a Thorian out the other told you of a gang that Chordak did not deliver his cargo to, and you went to go find them. They found you on this field of hot pots, not like the food, but like the bubbling, muddy spot. Yeah, it's not that into a field of hot pots. It's all just like Japanese food, like sizzling.
I thought you were going to say Hot Pockets. That would be hilarious.
Hey, no one's camera works. Yeah, field of hot pockets. Nice.
Delicious Hot Pockets.
Yeah. What is it? Crispy country, buttery, flaky crust? Is that it? Anyway. So you also picked up another writer. Callus was her name. And you haven't been able to get rid of her. She hasn't really come in handy too much either. So while you found this gang, they said, please prove your worth to us. Here's some stuff you need to do. And in your process of doing this, by as you said, collecting the bug carcasses, You lost one of your teammates out the airlock as you guys were flying into the upper atmosphere to try and ditch one of the bugs that was trying to crawl into your ship. And when you landed the ship, eventually the earth parted and you guys slid into a series of caverns, walking in a particular direction after debating about whether or not to ingest some of the leftover bug innards. You guys came across an interior cavern that had some horticulture happening. You guys repaired some lighting, and it lit up, and this is quite a large area. And as you got the lights working, it illuminated the rest of the area. All the other lights in this chamber kicked on, and you guys noticed a pyramid in the center of this chamber, and you also heard on the roof of this area, which is still pretty dark, so you guys can't see, the screams and shouts and shrill shrieks of a or several living creatures, and that is where we ended our adventure. So,
the powers that be allowed me to survive a thing I should not have survived at all.
Yes, thus far.
In other words, my death was postponed.
Yes, it was. So we have several members of our crew. We've got a number of our actual players missing. So our captain, who is a cyborg named Dirk, is gone, probably at work. One of our members, his father had a heart attack earlier this week, so he is not with us. His dad is, but his dad is more or less okay. I know that sounded kind of... Let's follow that up. Our player is not with us currently tonight. So we're going to have to deal with that. But we've got our players Khajiit, Niels, Okra, and then the NPC Callus are currently here. So you guys are in this dark chamber. Even though the lights are kind of illuminated, it's still like walking through a parking lot with street lamps on, except they're below you and not above you. So the light does cast up into the chamber, and if you guys kind of look, your eyes kind of adjust a little bit, and you see, though there is movement, it is formless. You're not quite sure what's happening, but you do see that it is appeared to be coming closer. This voluminous mass of what appears to be skin and talons, and they are headed in your direction, and the shrieking has not stopped. The temple is several meters in front of you still. We'll say 60, and you guys don't move that fast, so what do you intend to do? There was a bush that caught fire behind you that you guys did to try and illuminate your way at one point, but I believe it didn't catch anything else on fire. It was how we ended that particular session. So, what is your plan?
I run the fastest, so I think I'm gonna run.
Coward.
No, she's a cat. I don't know if you run faster than her.
I only have to run faster than Tim.
It's true. Tim is a Duros, so he's tall, gangly. Maybe he'll go faster. You do, however, have an intern.
Bait.
Okay, so
Retreat and shoot. What else could we do?
Yeah, pretty much.
retreat where? What do you plan on doing?
Where's the temple?
Yeah. The temple is before you. Like I said, it's about 60 meters or so in front of you. You guys did come in through a series of tunnels, but they are several hundred meters, if I'm not mistaken, in my previous narration, which I didn't actually calculate while I was listening to it over this week, behind you. So you've got a series of tunnels. The chamber that you were in was relatively circular, and if you remember that the tunnel walls and the chamber walls were also decorated in a bas-relief. Throughout this chamber, you can see that there are other tunnels that lead out of here.
So there's closer things than the temple to escape into, is what you're saying?
No, they would be further away than the temple.
Then the temple it is.
Assuming you guys, you could look around. You're not quite sure. You know, there's lots of stuff going on. So
Last one there is the rotten nerf herder. I start running.
okay,
Rotting nerf herder.
rotting.
I didn't
Yeah.
rot.
Okay, so Dirk, your captain, just looks at you all and says, "Run!"
I run. That's what I was gonna do anyway.
It is. Hey, it is a perfectly honorable situation to run. Okay, so you guys take off down the field, and you let's see, how is this going to work? Ooh, not for him. Okay, so as you're running, you begin to hear the screeching come closer and closer, and then eventually you do see what is a not flock, but a flying mass of giant. What do I call them? I actually scattered them out. Hawk bats. There you go. So they're massive creatures. They're about their bodies are probably 3 or 4 feet long. Their wingspan is probably about 10 or 12 feet. They've got wicked talons on the ends of their feet, and though they appear to be mammalian, mostly in appearance, they do have an elongated snout that kind of ends in not a beak per se, but teeth that kind of come out and jut. They appear to be angry and hungry, and your intern, as he runs and tries to keep up with you guys, actually gets swarmed and mobbed by a few of them, and you hear his shrill screams as you touch the side panel of the temple. But you guys also will need to roll me initiative because the rest of the flock of hawkbats has reached you. So, in the old school games, most initiative was run by a D6 for the group, but we had decided to do a D6 per player.
My lucky die. There's my lucky die.
You have a lucky die. The irony of that statement, Tim. I use my lucky die, even though I die regularly.
Well,
Like you
found
need
this
a new lucky die
on the
now.
ground back when I was 18, and I've kept it ever since.
You probably found it on the ground because somebody else was like, "Screw this die."
It hasn't failed me yet.
I think your characters might argue otherwise. Okay, so initiative. Moth has been eaten. Tajit, what is your initiative?
Well, I'm going to have to roll for her. She had to take care of Gavin. He was waking up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay,
Tell me
so
now.
I'm going to do mine first. Mine is 4. Hers is 4.
Okay. Okay. You Okra, Nils, what was yours?
2.
2?
Uh-huh.
Okay. Dirk also got a 4. Okra, why don't you roll for you and Kashit again?
All right. That one's a 1. Hers is a 2.
Okay, so you will. She goes before you.
All right.
So you're 4. Makes her 5. Dirk down to 3. Okay. Okay, so your raven-haired companion that has been with you kind of silently taking in the scene brings out a holdout blaster and fires wide on one of the hawkbats. She says, "Oh, they just do not sit still."
Hawkbat.
Hawkbats.
They're 4 feet long.
And that makes it Khajiit's turn.
We're
Okay.
running for the temple, and you need to shoot at them because my guns exploded.
Yeah, forgot about that.
Ah!
Sorry. Whose turn is it?
Yours.
Okay, I'm shooting at the hawk bats.
Okay.
What do I roll?
D20, the attack roll.
Yeah.
I don't know. These are bad luck dice.
This one.
See, I told you.
You want to go? Oh wait, we can't get that drawer.
No,
open.
that drawer will open.
Crap.
I can't, guys. Are you seriously gonna make me use this one?
Dude. It stopped against here.
Okay.
14.
Hey, there you go. Okay. Give me a sec to grab the stat here. Oh, turn the page. Turn the page.
Nah, forget boxes. Do that.
Okay, a 14. Okay. So a hawkbat dives with its talons extended, and what are you firing with? Just a normal blaster pistol? Or
Laser pistol.
okay. So yeah, you level your blaster pistol, and you watch as a hole is burned in its chest to some extent. Roll damage.
Roll damage.
6.
And it falls and hits the ground. Well, that's the sound, because that's not as intimidating as a or something else. But you have felled your first hawkbat.
Woohoo! How many are there? Do we know?
Many.
A swarm. There's a lot of them.
Makes it Okra's turn.
I'm just gonna keep running.
Okay.
My weapon exploded a while back.
Yes, your weapon
I have
did.
no weapon, so unless there's rocks in this place, which I seriously doubt my character would even be able to throw one.
I have a sword. You want a sword?
You can pass me a sword. I'll just swing it at whatever tries to swoop down. But you're gonna have to toss it my way, or
You can take it from me, I guess, on your initiative.
okay.
You're before me. Anyway.
Well, it is on your initiative, and you guys are being, swarmed. So there are some that would be within close range, so you could actually make use of the sword.
Okay.
The sword.
Pass me the sword.
Throw me the sword.
Throw me your weapon. The sword. The sword.
I do it. Here you go. Good luck. Not a laser sword or nothing, but
Okay, so he's gonna pass me his sword. What's the damage value on it?
D6, I think.
Yeah.
Any mods?
Oh, wait. Hang on, I'm trying to find it. A mono sword or a sword?
I think it's just a sword.
Yeah, it's a D6.
Yeah, that's not good. Pencil just broke.
There's a pen right there.
I don't want to use a pen. I want to use a pencil.
Okay, I'll go get the
I love the rat people lightsabers, 5d6 minus 12.
Okay, so my character is gonna maybe fend one off.
Let's look on the bright side. A sword can't explode. Maybe. I don't know. With you, it might still.
I break it while sharpening it, and it skewers me.
I don't know. You pull it out of this scabbard and it explodes into tiny shards for no reason. What the heck?
What could possibly go wrong with? Oh my.
Yeah.
Okay, sword D6.
Alright, so you roll a d20. Let me know what your
Is one
roll is.
within striking range?
Yes.
Okay, sweet. 20. My roll is a 7.
Okay, it is confusing in how it flies. It seems to be kind of flitting all over the place, and you strike, it doesn't seem to be there to connect. And that makes it Dirk's turn. So your El Capitan swears under his breath loudly. And, oh, that's not great. Pulls out his holdout blaster, and in his hurry drops it and swears again. And that makes it Nils' turn.
Okay. I have a blaster pistol, so I will... Oh, 15.
Okay. What damage do you do?
4.
Okay. So you level and you say huzzah or whatever you would say, since you're
I would say that. Yep.
Yeah, you probably would say that. And you clip one of its wings and it falls to the ground, but it's still alive and it tries to escape in its injury. That makes it their turn. Okay, you've killed one, and there's that one. Okay. Khajiit is attacked, but is not hit. It's not struck. Nils is, though. From above you, Hawkbat goes and sinks its talons, mighty talons, into your shoulder.
I've been besmirched.
See it. You've been besmirched. For a single point of damage.
I think that's the first point of damage I've suffered in this campaign.
It is too. I'm pretty good about it.
Shut
I
up.
swoon.
You swoon. Oh. Nice. Okay. And that is this. And Callus takes a claw across the chest. She's also takes a single point of damage, so she looks kind of a little scratched. Looks more annoyed than damaged. Okay, and you guys were stupid for a bit, but it is your turn again. So do you wish to continue combat, or do you want to run like the Diggins?
Can we fall back farther into the temple?
You have...
Run and shoot behind us at the same time?
Right, I'm going to shoot this sword.
Yeah, not at the same time, no. But you guys can continue running. I mean, some of you have made it to the face of the temple, but haven't been able to get it open yet because you guys have been fighting.
Well, how about this? I'll continue fighting. You try to open that door, since you don't have a decent weapon anyway.
That guy. Okay. So you have mechanic skills, right?
Yes, he does.
Let's see, what are my skills? Technology, knowledge, navigation.
What was your class again?
Two-fisted technician.
That's right. Read assimilant, deep space explorer. Yeah, tomorrow.
I'm right there.
Nova Machina. U10. There you go, two-fisted technician.
So I'm looking for a way into the temple,
Yes.
like the
So
door.
you could potentially use your Man of Science skill, but it's not currently your turn. I'm just letting you know. You could potentially use your Man of Science. It's not a skill. Man, why are words always failing whenever we start playing? Ability. There you go. Jeez, criminy. Or you can possibly try your skill. Okay. So Callus takes out her blaster once more and attempts to fire. And she thinks she hits one at one point, but then notices that it continues to fly after you and does her little cursey. And that was Khajiit's turn.
Can I shoot and do my biology ability at the same time?
No, because you kind of have to study them.
Okay, then I'll just shoot at it.
Okay.
Study them quickly.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. So while your blaster doesn't explode or implode or anything else, you miss. The shot goes wide because of their flitting about. And that does make it now Okra's turn.
Okay, so
Open the door.
I'm gonna attempt to open the door.
Okay.
I need to roll anything.
You must. So your ability, Man of Science, whenever a two-position encounters a piece of alien hardware or technology, they may attempt to operate it after only a round of study. Player character rolls 1d6. If the roll is equal to or above their rating in Man of Science is shown on the table, they are able to discern how the object works and how they need or what they need to do to operate it. So you must actually study it for a round. So you guys get to stay here by the door, and you can try and open it next turn using that particular ability.
All right, so I'm gonna attempt to science the door open.
Okay. So you take your round turn, and that makes it Dirk's turn. So he'll fumble around in the dirt, try to find his blaster, and he does not. So he actually pulls out a carbine instead, but he took his turn trying to find his blaster. So that makes it Nils' turn.
Okay. I shoot out another one.
Okay.
Oh, another 15.
Cool.
And 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay. You take your aim and you shoot one, and it hits it in its eye. Spits out its eye, it screeches at you, and it flies towards you, but it is still capable of death and destruction. That brings it to their turn. So you've done that. Okay, so all right. Okay, so Nils, the one that you attacked and put out its eye, retaliates. And you take another 2 points of damage as its beak sinks into your shoulder, widening the previous wound.
Owie, 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 owie.
Okay. The rest of them miss. And one of them collides with one next to them and falls to the ground and has to get airborne again. Okay, that brings it back to the top. Alice. She appears to have this look of consternation and concentration on her face. And you see one of the hawkbats kind of slow down a little bit as she's staring at it. And that makes it Khajiit's turn.
Okay. I rolled an 18.
Okay.
5 damage.
5 damage. Okay.
Oh, 7 damage.
It's a total of 7 with
I
the
forgot to
modifier.
add yeah.
Okay, that's fine. All right, so that one that had slowed down as you take aim and fire, the one that you were aiming at seems to kind of jump out of the way a little bit, just in the last moment because of its jerky kind of flapping movement. But the one that had slowed down, that Callus was staring at, quickly seems to jump in front of your blaster bolt, and it disintegrates into dust. And it rains slowly down into the dirt. Okay. That is Okra's turn.
All right, so now I'm gonna roll my Duros of science.
5.
It is a 5.
Yeah.
I win.
You do, so you are able to operate this very ancient technology. So the temple itself, once you reach it and reach the door, you notice that the whole thing is just carved in glyphs. You're not quite sure what the language is, but you examine a panel on the side, and as you're kind of scraping the dirt and the grime and the dust off and chipping it all away, you notice that the temple in its entirety appears to be made out of a brass-like metal, and this particular symbol of what appears to be concentric triangles. You push it in a little bit, and it activates. The panel itself lights up, and it activates a series of other lights kind of around the outer edge of this porthole that you guys are trying to hide in, and a door slowly breaks apart, and dust rains down from the years that it having been closed and collected. But the doors kind of creak open slowly, and they open up about 1.5 feet before the doors kind of shutter. They're not open all the way, but they're open enough for you guys to kind of squeeze through.
All right, quick, inside.
They certainly run inside.
Let's get the heck out of here. So Dirk will also order you guys to run inside as he runs without blasting anything and makes it through the door. And that is Niels' turn.
I'm running inside.
Okay, so you guys all make it inside, and the hawkbats try to come in, and you guys just kind of turn them into fodder. So we'll rush through the rest of the combat. And as you guys walk into the temple and you turn around, do you want to try and close the door? What do you guys want to do now that you're standing inside this and all the hawkbats are dead at your feet, more or less, from trying to get in? A few of them have flown away as they noticed their numbers were depleting more, but
I don't know if we should close the door. We don't know if there's other holes into this place and if something's in here with us.
Well, we also don't know if we can open them again once they're shut.
Yeah.
Good point. We may need to run out as fast as we ran in.
It's narrow enough. I don't think they can follow us in here.
Well, most of the big stuff, anyway.
Right? What could possibly go wrong?
Did one of us have a flashlight? I don't remember.
I don't think anybody did.
I have glowy things.
You don't need flashlights. So as you guys walk in, Callis kind of has this kind of funny look on her face. Seems kind of far away and lacks a not current presence. Man, my brain. Anyway, she's got this kind of far away look in her eyes as she walks in, and though she doesn't move anything or do anything, as soon as she takes a little bit further step in, that front entryway that you guys are standing in illuminates a little bit more. And the glow of the light doesn't seem to be coming from any particular device. It just seems to start happening.
I'm suspicious of this chick.
We are great friends. Longtime friends.
Right.
Since like 2 days ago, I guess.
She looks over and gives you a half smile. Yes, we're quite great friends. We're quite the history together.
I'm just going to twitch my tail and walk onto the other side of the room as her.
Yeah, well, you guys are in a bit of a hallway, so you're like awkwardly squeezing past her.
Super obvious.
I mean, it's not necessarily a small hallway, and it's about 20 feet wide. But you're kind of like squeeze in, like I don't want to touch you. And as you guys walk into this chamber, you do notice that the same glyphs that were on the outside have kind of made their way onto the inside, and the material seems to be the same. So that kind of brass looking material as you guys walk into here. you did notice about 30. Well, no, I don't want to go that far. About 10 meters in, there is the hallway. Geez, opens up a little bit further, and there are what appear to be 2 more portals with doors, and then the path continues on down another 40 or 50 meters into the not darkness, but it kind of fades. The light that you have is enough for you guys to be able to see and maneuver, but it's not very bright. But it's bright enough for you to be able to walk around and do what you need to and see what's happening on the inside.
Well, let's explore. Which way should we go?
See, it's so hard to exact here. I don't want to like.
Less dangerous.
Go to the center of this place.
I think we should follow that lady.
So I've no idea where I'm going.
One way's as good as another, then.
I say we try to find the center of this place.
Quite. That sounds like a great plan. Let's follow hers.
Okay, which way's towards the center, then?
Probably just straight.
Okay.
Straight in, or whatever way seems to go towards the center.
Well, since our lovely captain doesn't seem to have a plan, hey! Why don't we follow yours? I vote you go first. It's your plan.
Last time I went first somewhere, I almost died.
You seem to all have almost died on this journey. Well, except for me, of course.
Okay, I guess I'm walking in first. Come on, you cowards.
My plan for early retirement does not involve death.
That is early retirement.
Why the heck are you with us?
The pay was good.
Really?
No, it wasn't. Even your captain disagrees. He'll bring up the rear as you guys walk down that central corridor. Okay, so you guys walk past the double doors that were kind of off to your side, and it opened up into the kind of, not necessarily a little room, but kind of a little tributary, if you will, off the main chamber before those 2 doors happen. You guys go down those several meters, I said about 50, which isn't really several, I suppose. But so it's quite a distance, a bit of a walk down this hallway. And as you guys are walking, intermittently, there are other what appear to be doors leading off this main thoroughfare. Do you guys wish to explore any of them, or are you just going to walk to the end?
Walk to the end.
We could check out these other ones on the way out, but I want to go to the middle first.
Okay. So you guys walk to the end of the path that you see, and it takes a sharp right. And if you guys continue following it, then it splits off into a left and right direction. The left way appears to be going further into the chamber, at least you don't see it directing off in any other directions. The right path takes a sharp left turn a few meters down from where you guys currently are.
Well, should we go to the left one?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go left.
I can blame you if we die. Let's go that way.
Okay, so you guys take the left path, and the whole time you're walking through this temple, you feel a pulsing more than hear it, just kind of slowly reverberating through the entirety of the structure. But other than that, it seems to be just quiet. All you guys hear is the clicking of your heels as you walk down each of these paths. And as you guys...
That's not the way my heart beats.
Where is it in your bottom? No one gets it. His heart beats in his chest. disgusting. Okay. Pushing Ellie's spear him through the rope. Okay. Such a great episode. Anyway, okay, so you guys continue walking down this path. As you walk, the ceiling eventually opens up into a broader kind of chamber. You're still walking down a hallway, but you notice that the ceiling goes way up. While you can't see anything to your left or right as you're walking down this hallway, you notice that there are overgrown hanging plants that have kind of taken up a lot of this area. You do see what appear to be windows into other parts of this temple. The chambers are darkened, so you can't really see what's inside from where you're standing on this platform, but it appears to be a lot of other just rooms and little areas that you guys can go in. There are 4 levels that you can currently view above you. So there's 4 levels above you as you go in, and they're all kind of terraced off of each other, and it's this very kind of complicated looking structure. Though at the same time that you guys are in this very metallic, very futuristic looking building, it also appears to have a nice balance of nature with these plants that appear to have overgrown. So there's this nice juxtaposition and this back and forth between these 2 elements of hardened metal and softened plants. However, the structure that you're in is still currently more than quiet. And as that chamber opens up, your heels begin to kind of echo as you walk.
What do you think this was?
Beats me.
An abandoned Jedi temple.
Noble guy, you've been into more big buildings than me. What does this look like to you?
Who are you talking to?
The sissy over there.
The sissy Nils.
The one who doesn't like to sleep in the dirt.
Who does?
Isn't that everybody? Are you talking to everybody? Do you sleep in the dirt?
I'm a cat. Of course I sleep in the dirt.
You got me. Yeah, I think it's an abandoned Jedi temple. I have no idea.
Callus kind of chuckles a little bit as you guys mention the Jedi Temple.
This seems as something arrogant like they would make.
She will laugh some more at your insinuation of Jedi's arrogance.
They like to wear simple brown robes, but they sure like big shiny towers.
Yes, they certainly did. Okay, you guys will eventually end into a mighty chamber. The floor is really dirty. There's to be what you would assume to be some furniture of some kind, arranged in little sitting areas that you guys can sit and to discuss. There appear to be some desks periodically strewn throughout. There are other doors that lead. You assume that lead into other parts of this building, which is a stupid statement. Some of the doors are broken. Some of them have oxidized, so they're a nice kind of green hue at this point. There are vines kind of sneaking down into other ones that have kind of overtaken them. This area, though, is still minorly illuminated by what you guys don't know what. This chamber is quite wide and goes quite deep, but you don't see any other paths really that go anywhere in particular. So you have a whole room full of endless doors
I'm gonna take
and
a peek
sitting
through a
areas.
couple doors.
What was that?
I'm gonna take a peek through a couple of the doors.
Okay, so you go to some of the nearest looking ones, and you pry one open using Nils' sword. You know,
It's an heirloom.
I am
So he's,
that.
he's an aristocrat. He's gonna have an heirloom sword. Okay, so you pry one of these doors open with this heirloom sword apparently, and the doors kind of push them open, and inside there's this big long stretch of tape that line the outer edge of it, and the walls are still that nice kind of archaic writing or script. There are a number of images of humanoid like entities, if you will, that line the sides, but nothing really of too much of interest if you guys just kind of take a peek.
Humanoid how?
They looked tall and lanky, but they are bipedal. The reliefs have no features, so you can't really see if they're in any particular race. Though they're cast in metal, so you know they have stood the test of time more or less. They are in various positions of creating other things. It seems that some of these humanoids are creating other humanoids. It seems that they are educating or otherwise showing other humanoids something. That's kind of hard to tell.
Maybe this was the place of education, a school of some kind. Let's see if we can find any records or documents or anything of that type. What you looking for?
My character is going to look around for some technology.
Okay. Having deciphered the tech of the door, you've noticed that as you've been going through, there have been a lot of other little access pads for your hands to get into a lot of these doors. And are you looking in this room that Khajiit looked in, or are you just kind of looking around in general? Try to be a little more specific in what you're looking around for and where you're at.
Mostly just keeping his eyes open for anything that looks interesting. Seeing if there's any handheld devices or whatever that's been laying around.
Well, you guys haven't really looked around in anything. That's what I'm saying. Like,
on the suggestion of Jedi, I'm going to start looking for like holocrons or lightsabers or whatever.
yeah, you find nothing of that sort as you're looking at the one room you guys have ducked into. There are other bits of furniture in this room, but without inspecting them more closely and taking the time to do that, you would not know if they had any data pads or anything in them. So if you guys want to search the room, this is what I'm getting at.
Why not? We got time, right?
Nothing but time.
Okay,
We run out of
so
food goo anyway.
do what?
Until we run out of food goo anyway.
Insect.
I can find more food. I would just have to leave the temple. Maybe some of the plants.
Maybe at the temple.
Maybe.
All right, so searching.
Maybe those bats we shot down are edible.
Ancient cheese that's left molded for 1,000 years. Would taste
Oh.
them.
Well, let's search the room.
Okay. Does anybody have any additions to search that I should know about?
No.
No.
I don't think so, but well, I don't know. Everybody's everything. So, hearing vehicles, house rules. Starships. Negotiations, diplomacy, morale, damage, and death. That's personal combat. Gimmick experience, hiring assistants. Surprise, concealing secret doors. Movement. Nice. Okay, so I don't remember if they actually had a spot for searching out a room in this, but I know in a lot of white box and old school games that you roll a d6 on a roll of a 1, which is what most people is. If there's something to find, you will find it. So how much time do you guys want to spend searching this room?
An hour?
An hour?
How big is the room?
It's about say 30 feet by 20 feet. Or sorry, we're in meters. But yeah, you get the idea.
There's
5 minutes.
I was gonna say there's more rooms than this. So I don't want to spend too long just on this one room.
Okay.
So 5-10 minutes.
Okay. Well, it takes about 10 minutes to search your square, if you will, that you're occupying, which is about 2 meters by 2 meters square. So if you guys want to spend enough time where you feel like you ransack the room fairly thoroughly, that's going to be, if everybody's searching in a different spot anyway, at least a half an hour, I would say. Okay, so who all is going to be searching?
I will.
I'm searching.
Okay. Dirk will also search. Callus will sit on the table and cross her legs and look at you all bemused. Okay, Dirk has spent his time searching. Make 2 search rolls, if you will. Please, everybody. Tell me if anybody rolls a 1, whoever is searching.
I rolled a 1 on my first roll.
Ooh.
My second roll's a 3.
I rolled a 6 and a 3.
Okay. And one of the other pieces of furniture that are scattered throughout this room, Okra, you find a tall, rectangular-shaped box. You kind of find the latch for it and slide it open. It appears to be a file cabinet of some sort. But all you see is mostly a bunch of broken data pads in it, but you do find one that appears to be slightly more in shape than the others.
Hmm.
But I mean, this thing is like old.
I will take your word for it. Not sure. Let's see. Okay. Let me try taking a look at this machine. Inspecting it.
Okay.
I will science this machine again.
Okay.
Roll.
Oh, I roll. Oop. Oop. There it goes. Okay. The roll's a 5 again.
Woot. Okay. So you are able to kind of strip some of the other things out of your pack that you carry around with you, and after some time with tinkering with it, you finally get the screen to kind of blink on, and then it just kind of, a cursor more or less blinks on the screen.
I'm afraid if I do anything else with this, it'll explode. Or leak power cell acid and rip in places I don't want it to go.
Okay, well, I'm
House
gonna,
just needs to. I'm done. You're gonna do what now?
I'm gonna poke a button on it.
Okay. So you poke a button on it off to the side, and an image is projected over the table. Bink! And it blinks on, and it is that a blue hologram of a featureless humanoid, and it starts speaking in a foreign tongue. What languages do you guys have? Did anybody take?
I don't think I have
I
any
just have
languages.
Duros and Basic.
Okay.
Does High Galactic help?
Kind of, actually. So the language sounds really kind of highfalutin, even though I'm not going to speak that way because that's going to take more brain power than I currently have.
So normal.
But it,
Go ahead.
yeah, thanks for that. But it's not speaking a form of Basic that is easily understood by other people. More of a language of aristocrats and royalty and things. So Norman to Anglo-Saxon, more or less. Even though that's like French and German, so that's not really a great comparison, but you get the idea. Okay, and it introduces itself. Great, I have to think of a name. I don't have my name book with me. As Doran.
The Exploring?
Yeah.
My mind went there too.
I hate you guys. Geez, Doran Tanalaw. There it goes. Yeah. Okay. Because I am Doran Tanalaw. This is my factory.
What do you make at the factory?
Oh, we make lots. We make lots and lots and lots. What is it that we make? Droids! Now, the only one who was able to understand this is your aristocrat, Nils, by the way. So the rest of you, though you kind of pick up words periodically, it doesn't really seem to make much sense.
Battle droids?
Yes, we have many battle droids. Would you like a test of their power?
Yes.
What are you agreeing to over there?
Oh, goody. Okay, looks a little excited. The hologram blinks out, and two panels kind of open in the side of the room, and you guys see two massive droids that were kind of standing in not quite so much of a form of attention, but you see their ocular devices blink awake, and each of them steps out.
What did you do?
What model are they?
They are a model that you do not recognize. They appear quite ancient. One of them has an arm that's kind of rusted off and is kind of left behind as it walks out. The other one, the only part of its light is illuminated, so like it's got like this tiny little half eye, and they've got a line that kind of bounces between each side of their mouth.
Cylon style.
Cylon style, yeah. The old Cylons, not the new ones.
Okay. Is that it? Do they
I don't
do
know.
it?
What do you think?
Is this thing gonna attack me? What did
I
you
don't
do?
know. Who knows?
It's up to you guys. Make a decision.
Is it gonna obey us?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You can't order them around. Yeah, show us the way out. Nothing?
For a while, there's just silence. That's kind of awkward. And then one of them will go, and it'll turn, and it'll start walking, and it goes, and it falls over. And the other one looks at you and turns and goes, malfunction. And a compartment on its leg opens up, and a blaster pops out.
Mine!
And fires.
Duck for cover.
And you guys, roll me initiative! Hey, Khajiit, what's your initiative?
Wait, how come yours is a 1d6 and mine's just a... Do I get to roll?
Everybody's roll a d6 for initiative.
6.
Woo! Nils.
4.
Woo! Dirk, roll a 4 as well, so we'll get the 3. Okra.
5.
Woo! And Callus. It's a... Let's see, 2. Okay. All right. Khajiit.
I'm gonna shoot that thing.
Okie dokie.
Not the same thing as before. Oh, okay, I rolled an 18.
Okay. Your blast impacts its chest plate, and you can see it starts sparking and the smell of ozone from its hot wires. Roll damage.
4.
Woo! Yeah, you see it kind of not really lurch, but it kind of just kind of breaks down a little bit in how it's standing, but it's still up and activated. And that makes it Okra's turn.
My character will attack it because he gets a bonus to robots. I just saw this empty couch.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna attack.
Yeah.
Get a +2 bonus to damage into hit rolls.
Ooh.
So 18.
18 total.
Okay.
And
Damage roll.
how much? Okay, the sword is a.
I'm borrowing his sword, so that's just a d6 with +2 on damage. Total of 3.
Okay. You thank your lucky stars that the blade is insulated as you stick it into the hole that Khajiit has made, and the units, as it is destroyed, you hear it powering down, but you also hear it say, what was the word I wanted before? Alert, alert, as it slowly goes inert itself, and then you start to feel the pulsing that you guys have felt in the temple structure itself kind of pace a bit in your very fiber of your being, and it feels like the temple itself has come to life a little bit more.
Hey guys, I figured out what this place is.
What would
It's an old battle droid factory.
Well, are both of these robots armed with blasters?
Yes, they were.
Can I scavenge them off of them?
You may.
Are they heavy blasters? Are they better than my blaster pistol damage-wise?
Let me take a look at that. Ooh, let me stop doing that.
I'm just wondering if I can, because if I can just remove them off the droids or jury rig them off, then I just got myself some weapons.
say you should take
Right.
all of them so that you have more than one to blow up.
I know. I'm taking every weapon off. I'm stripping them down.
So yes, they are better.
What if I use the parts of one to fix the other one and reprogram it?
That might take a while. So what did you have, Nolan? A laser pistol, just a normal one?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's all they had on them was pistols.
Oh, we can have a bunch
Are
of
these Clone Wars era?
Before even that, this looks like a quite ancient structure.
Like very pre?
Yeah. Like very pre, like Knights of the Old Republic pre.
Well, I have a back. You guys promise they won't blow up on me. We could stuff a bunch in there.
They shouldn't.
Okay, how many droids are there? How many broken down ones?
There's 2.
Just 2?
Mm-hmm. In this room.
Oh, in this room. Okay, so... Well... I want to take some time to break one apart. Or at least just strip it down.
The rest of you agreed. Dirk doesn't seem like this is such a great plan. He kind of wants to get out of here after getting shot at.
They did say alert.
Okay, well,
true.
I'm going to do 2 things then.
Just rip off some limbs that have some pistols in it. And
in the interest of time, I'm going to take a few power cells. So I'll take the power cells from these droids, and I'm going to take the weapons from these droids.
Okay, the weapons aren't like mounted on them. They were just kind of holstered on the inside, and they picked them out. So you can just pick them up like normal guns. The power cells you're going to have to dig for a bit.
That's
fine.
It's
going to take you maybe 10 or 15 minutes to dismantle the pieces to get to the parts that you need.
I will gladly do that, because it's supplies we can use.
Okay, and while you were doing that, the hologram kind of kicks back on. You hear the lamp go, little buzzing. I hope that demonstration was enjoyable.
Oh yeah, it was so good. I can't wait to go back and tell all my friends about it.
Great. Well, tell your Sith masters. Let them know we're perfectly capable of serving their needs against the Republic.
Yeah, I will go do that like right now. Can you show me the way out?
We will have one of our droid ministers come and escort you.
Thank you.
Good day.
Can I get a map too? Can I get a map too?
The image flickers out. Yeah. And you hear a kind of a tinking sound as something seems to pink away into the deeper into the building.
Great. I go follow the sound, see if I can find it.
No.
That's a very bad idea.
Oh, there goes my phone. Okay, Kellis comes with you,
fine.
so you it is fine, dear. And you walk out of the room, and you've noticed that the illumination in the rest of the building seems to have increased slightly, and the sound that's just goes ding, 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 goes deeper into the building, goes through a set of double doors that seem to be at this point. One of them looks a little kind of broken and off kilter, and the other one looks like it might be pushed in a little bit. And there's some junk kind of on the ground around it, but it looks like at one point they may have swung either way, but they appear to be mildly damaged and slightly obstructed is the word I'm looking for.
Els, where are you going?
I'm trying to find a way out.
Why don't we just go out the way we came in?
How many power cells did I get off the robots?
You have managed to just fine, the first one, but you still have to dismantle things to get it out properly. As Nils has left the room, and Callus behind him, and Dirk is just kind of like, he's standing in the doorway to keep an eye on Nils as you're digging around. Just hurry up! Oh, and beside you, Nils, there appears to be a desk, a little kiosk wraparound area that you might be able to get into. But other than that, the whole structure of the building appears to be the same. Like I said, that pulsing is kind of picked up speed. You can tell, and periodically, deeper within the building, you'll hear a chink. Chink.
Yeah, that's what I'm after. I follow that sound.
Okay. You will need to push through that set of double doors. So you'll need to make me a strength check.
Over there. What do you want me to roll?
D20, and if you have the strength bonus, add it.
9.
9, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, so you push, and it doesn't, it goes, and moves maybe a centimeter or two.
I work out, but it's for aesthetics.
Okay, Callus will walk up and says, "Oh, let me see." She'll try, and with some strength, she goes, and the door goes, swings the rest of the way open.
Yeah, I loosened it for her, so it's fine.
She rolls an 18 to open it, with a strength of 11. So that's okay. So the door swings open, and you hear mechanics deeper within at the end of this chamber. You hear, sounds like some gears are shifting and turning. Hear anything else really, but it seems like the building has come to life to some degree.
Okay. I'm expecting some robot butler to come. That's what I'm looking for.
So are you going to continue walking down this pathway? Or?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So as you walk past, how do you want to go about doing that? Do you want to travel so many meters and then stop and look around? Like what?
Nah, I'll just walk for it.
Okay. So you just kind of walk nonchalantly down. Periodically, Callus will stop and poke at some stuff. She seems to bend down at one point and put something in her pocket, but then stands back up and chases after you a little bit. And then when you guys hit a certain point, you hear two doors kind of move aside, and you hear this chink, 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 chink as two more droids kind of stop and turn. Intruder! Intruder!
Oh, come on. I'm not an intruder. Is this how we treat business partners?
You need to roll me initiative. Do I only make the one kind? I thought I made both kinds. No, I only made the one kind. No, you guys aren't there. Okay, Nils, what is your initiative?
4.
Okay, Callus goes after you, and the security guard droids go before you, because that's how things happen. Okay. Ooh, that's less good.
20.
Yeah, actually. Right off the bat. But it only does 2 points of damage. And since there aren't technically criticals in this game, but it does aim at your blaster and blows it out of your hand. And you take 2 points of damage as your blaster explodes in your hand.
Okay.
And then the other one takes fire at Callus and misses. And then it is your turn.
I run.
Okay. Callus kind of looks after you a bit.
I tell her to run too, but I don't have any weapons now.
She'll kind of quickly toss her holdout blaster behind her, and then she pulls out from within her. She said she kind of had this long kind of duster thing on. She pulls a cylindrical-looking thing out and activates it, and it illuminates into a purple energy blade.
Ooh, fancy laser stars.
She goes, "We'll have fun today."
What on
And she
earth
also-
are they
she-
doing down there?
And as she says that, she cleaves one of the security droids in twain. And that makes it their turn. So the one appears to, or tries to shoot her, and she deflects it with her lightsaber blade. And it splashes off. Kind of bounces around a little bit in the metal, but it dissipates into something that is harmless. And that makes it Nils' turn, who's running. So you make it back through the doors as your compatriots kind of come out of the room looking for you guys. Dirk is like, "How far did you go in there?"
I'm busy wrapping my hand with scrap of cloth.
What happened?
Found some more droids.
I'm assuming they weren't friendly.
You are correct.
What happened to Kalish?
I don't know. I think they got her or something.
She hasn't paid us that much anyway. Okay, you'll hear some more sounds. And then a few minutes later, she'll kind of come walking out. She goes, "You ran!
Hmm?
You ran away. You left me."
You totally could handle it. I knew you could handle it.
Put your faith in your lady.
I was going for reinforcements. Found them.
Nice. This is quite the interesting place, isn't it?
Yep, and we're going now.
That's what I've been trying to do.
Then why are you going farther in?
I asked them to send a robot butler to show us the way out. He said he would. And I heard a clanking noise. I went to go see if that was the droid. Turns out it was the security guards that we alerted earlier. It's an honest mistake.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Was that me freezing or was that Nolan freezing?
Is everything quiet?
You froze for a little bit. You said it was an honest mistake.
So did I get my power cells?
You did get your power cells. Oh, if you're looking for those, there's 2 more back there. Oh, by the way, I found your robot butler, and she'll drop a head, and it's all rusted and gross.
Good. Hack into it. He'll know the way out. Do your
The way we came.
thing. Yeah, but I mean out of the tunnels. Is there a way out of the tunnels?
Oh,
I don't want to be in the tunnels. Can we all agree on that?
well, yeah, but I'm not sure the robots would know the way out of the tunnels. The fact that the plant life down here suggests that this place was probably up above at one point.
There might be a landing pad or something higher up that's closer to the surface. Buried now, but show us to the top of the tower maybe? I don't know.
Maybe you can hack one of the robots.
Or slice, as it is in Star Wars.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, I'm not a programmer. I just tinker.
Tinker with the head. What difference does it make, man?
No, you don't understand. That's a programming thing. I do the mechanism.
Get the head talking at least, so we can talk to it. Can you do that?
See what I can do.
Yeah, just see if you can. I
You
don't know.
did just pull a couple of power cells.
Well, I also have the, what's it called, the bang on it with a hammer skill, since
Yeah.
technically these did break down.
It's true, they did.
Okay.
Yeah, but when it gets back up, is it going to attack us or will it work for us?
It is just a.
Okay.
Does it have a jaw? Can it bite us?
Well, so you said you ran into 2 more of them back there?
Yeah. 3, I guess, because of this guy. 2 security droids and the butler.
Well, I want to save these cells for something important, so bring me back one of the droids you disabled. We can take its weapon.
Okay. I guess I'll go back and try one over.
Okay. Give me a sec.
So bang on it with a hammer makes it work for another d6 rounds. And then I make a saving throw after that. If I fail, then it's permanently broken and can't be fixed again.
Okay. Rounds is like 12 seconds, so what do you think you guys are going to get out of it? Or 6 seconds technically, but what are you hoping to achieve by this? Is my point.
Ask him if there's the how to get to the tallest part of the tower, or tallest part of the building, because that might let us get out. I don't know.
So you do. Okay, so you have a data pad that you found outside.
Mhm.
That worked. You have a data pad that you found inside, and now you have this robot head that you're trying to reactivate with power cells. You're going to go try and yank some out of the droids that are further in this other hallway. Is that currently the plan? You're just
Yeah.
like collecting data pads. Okay.
Well, we can look on the data pad, I guess.
Well, that's up to Tim. He's the one who's got all that stuff.
Yeah, tech
He's
guy.
got it working. He's not slicing into it, as it were. But
What apps are on that thing, man?
what apps are on?
Got Google
Angry
Maps
Birds.
on there?
Yeah. Pokemon Go.
Pad that we found outside.
That's what I was thinking.
Since the one inside seems to be trying to kill us.
Were we able to make the one outside work?
I don't remember.
I believe you did.
I know you fixed it up. I don't think we did anything with it.
No, I
Okay.
gave you some information. I'm just trying to remember what it was.
I think that's a good idea. I should power up the data pad with the power cell.
Okay. Where the heck is it? Ah, there it is. Jeez, criminy. Okay. All right. As you're tinkering around with that, trying to connect the power cell to the data pad, which I will need you to make me a skill check for. So you have like mechanics as a skill, right?
Technology.
Technology.
Right. Roll that, and while that is happening, Callis will come over and put her hand on your shoulder, Nils, and she'll kind of give you a sly smile, and you feel a fair amount better.
Oh,
As you gain back 4 hit points.
oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Roll a functioning guy.
I need to grab a blaster from one of those robots.
I know. That's what I did. I grabbed 2 from the last 2 that we took out.
Yeah, mine's blowed up. I want my sword back too. If you don't need it anymore.
Yeah, you can have your sword back.
Thank you.
Since I have 2 blasters, you can go get 2 blasters.
Like, yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Okay. What's the die for the skill roll? Is it a D20?
The D6.
D6?
Yeah.
All right. So 1.
I believe that is actually good.
Oh.
So hold on, let me look at skills real quick. Skills is an optional role. Characters can be defined by more than their class. They get skills. Skills represent areas of expertise. Skills are ranged between 1 and 5, with 1 being representative of basic knowledge. 5 reflects the highest level of mastery. All characters begin play with 3 skills. Skill that is associated with the character's class begins at a rank of 2. One of the skills selected by a character also begins at rank 2. When a character wishes to attempt an action associated with their skill, the player rolls 1d6. If the roll is equal to or under this character's skill rank, they are successful. So, you're successful!
Yay! This is good. We made things happen.
Yeah, you managed to do something without blowing it up.
For once.
Yeah. Okay. So you were wiring a power cell to a data pad, right?
Right. This was the
Okay.
data pad we'd found outside that we hadn't really been able to do anything else with.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember what else I said about that thing. Crap, I just listened to it the other day too. I don't remember. All right. Anyway, okay. So you power up this data pad. And you'll see an old school menu. It's black and green, and it's not very fancy looking. But you can navigate through a basic menu. I believe what it was on all that stuff on the outside was a lot of it was stuff I had to take care of the garden, and there's a couple of other things within the basic menu.
Is there a map?
Okay, I'm going to try navigating for the schematics of the entire compound.
Okay. How long do you guys want to spend doing this?
As long as it takes.
Okay. That pulsing that you guys have felt in this facility has continued to slowly and steadily increase in its pace. And that
Outside first.
do what?
Maybe we should go outside first. Before we sit down and try to find the map.
It's not a bad idea.
I'd rather fight wildlife.
We do have weapons to shoot at things now.
Okay, so what's the plan?
Oh, well, that was fun. I'm going back outside.
Okay.
Okay, let's go outside to this then. Okay, so it takes you guys another, 15, 20 minutes to walk back outside just because the distance was quite long. But you guys make it back outside. You left the doors open. The bodies of the hawkbats are still lying there. But beyond the doors, you do see that there are 2 new figures standing somewhat distance, and they do appear to be patrolling droids.
Great.
They have not noticed you.
Now's our chance. Let's get the drop on him. If we all shoot at one, we could probably drop it really quick and then we all shoot at the other one and drop that one really quick.
Sounds like a good plan to me.
Okay. You get the one surprise round.
Okay. Initiative. You get initiative?
No, we'll just shoot.
Okay.
We'll have to take initiative afterwards. You get to shoot if you're all going to shoot at one target, or shoot however you want to shoot. You're surprising them, so there's no real point in rolling initiative at the moment because they don't know you're there.
Which one do we roll?
I miss anyway.
We're dealing damage.
You miss anyway.
I rolled a 2.
Wow, fair enough.
We don't roll to hit.
Oh, attack roll. Natural 20.
3.
Okay. Oh no! Don't fall. Oh, okay. So,
I'm using a blaster or laser pistol.
right.
Mention you get a +2.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you get a bonus. for
Total rolls a 22, but it's a natural 20.
Right. Okay, so you hit it right in its power core and it just detonates, sprinkles the other one with shrapnel, and as that one is kind of surprised and looking around, Callus actually hits the machine with another bolt. See, my brain is starting to shut down now. Because it is 11:06 and it's been a long week and a very long day. Okay, so you guys have destroyed these two battle droids, and you are free to do what you can. Where are you guys going?
Pull up to map if you can.
Far enough away to not be attacked by battle droids, and then look at the data pad.
Or giant skin birds.
Those two. Or giant bugs. Any of those things.
Okay, so you guys run up through the terraced garden pathway that you guys came down originally. The lights are still illuminated, and you do notice that periodically throughout the area there appear to be patrols of battle droids that have now been dispersed, and every now and then it appears that another new pair kind of walks out from the other side of the temple from where you guys are. But after some time of digging through, trying to find this map, and all these patrols of droids get closer and closer, but haven't discovered you yet, you do find that there is a landing pad at the top of the pyramid, and that it actually the very, very top opens up. It's a four-sided pyramid, so each of the four sides kind of opens up, and there are sky taxis that you can take out of the area.
Here we go.
You're welcome.
Now all I have to do is spider away to the top of the pyramid.
Indeed. But there is a map.
More than we had.
It's true. So, you guys are now hiding in the bushes on this terraced garden, dead terraced garden, outside of a what appears to be an ancient battle droid factory that, to some degree, appears to be producing droids again. You have found a way to leave your confines, but it is through the factory where it is potentially hazardous to your health. But it's also 11:09, and I know for you guys it's later than that because you don't live on Pacific Standard Time. I'm tired. I know you guys are tired, and even though we're probably not going to play Star Wars again for a while, do we want to finish here, or do we want to try to go through the temple with the three of you?
It's going to take us forever to go through the temple.
Yes, it will.
We can pick it up again someday.
Yeah.
We will. Because I still want to play Saga Edition and show people how that works. So, okay, so thank you for everybody who joined us. Once again, we were playing White Star by James and Spahn and Barrel Rider Games. I really like white box material. I think it's easy to get, it's easy to teach, it's easy to learn. What do you guys think of white box?
I like how simple it is.
Yeah.
What were you saying, Ola?
The classes, I like it simple, and the classes feel different than each other.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. Yeah, they're really, really unique classes.
Right off the bat, they're different.
Yeah.
Which I think a lot of RPGs struggle to do.
No, I agree with that. As much as I like 5th edition, I mean, people can, obviously successfully argue that the classes feel different, but they don't really. Their abilities are all different and stuff, but they follow the same form. And that's not that these don't, but the abilities that they offer you, I think, are significantly different than 5th edition, where when you take a particular path, one path is more magical than the other one, and you get to all this fun stuff. And even though it's barbarian smash and wizards use magic missile or fireball, it's all pretty much just smashing and blowing things up. I think personally, I think a lot of these classes have more of a balance of actual role-playing stuff involved than just hit things harder. Because I like 5th edition and it's a lot of fun, but I think there's some potential that's left out in some ways, if that makes sense. But yeah, no, I like this, and once we get done with the Pathfinder playtest, whenever we're going to do that one, I was going to try and splice this with another game that I have coming by one of the other Spahns, that is Operation White Box. So it's a World War II white box game, but I wanted to throw in Mecha from White Star, and I wanted to throw in Magic from White Box Medieval Adventure game. So it was going to be a weird War II kind of mashup of a bunch of different things. And I wanted to play through that and see how that worked. Because one thing I really like about the white box games, not just from the Spahns, but other people have produced other games based on the white box material, which is Swords and Wizardry, which we've also played before. Is that a lot of these pieces, it's like Legos. You can drag and drop whatever you want, and you can connect different things and make different games. And I want to see how an amalgamation of all these different games will work out. So that's a plan that I have. That's not going to be for a while. But thanks for joining us. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, even though my brain has been kind of back and forth today, which it was a lot. But putting our kids to bed kind of blows my brain apart sometimes because they're frustrating children. Anyway, love them, but holy crap, sometimes. But I really like White Star. It is probably my favorite science fiction role-playing game out right now. Because it's got so many class options, like we talked about. What did I say? There's 25 or something different ones, including space squirrels. How cool is that? Space squirrels with psionic powers, that fly around, and space acorns. It's just fun, and it can facilitate whatever you want to play. Even if you want to play a Transformer, you can play that in this game. You want to build, a Veritech from Robotech, you're good to go. It's 200, 300 some pages, and it's packed full of stuff. So if you guys haven't checked out White Star, do get the Galaxy edition. You can get the other edition still. I think that one is print on, or it's pay what you want for those books, I believe. So you can get a good copy of the basic game for pretty cheap. The White Star Galaxy edition, you can find a good print on Lulu, and I'm not sure if it's on print on demand from DriveThruRPG at the moment, but you can get the PDF on there. Anyway, highly suggest this game. I really love it. I hope my players enjoyed it, and hopefully we'll revisit it again someday with more than just the mechs in our World War II that we'll be playing eventually. So thanks for joining us, and as always, happy gaming. Good night.